Hello friends. Every year in July, when it's time to submit your tax returns, how many of you have trouble submitting it? When I first submitted it back in July 2020, it was a big task for me. But now it goes through like a breeze. So let me show you how I do it. Since the Australian financial year is from 1st of July to 30th of June, the tax return usually opens on 1st of July for the previous financial year. Every money related institute sends the details of whatever money you earned to the Australian Taxation Office, also known as the ATO. By every money related institute, I mean the banks, they send the details of all the interest that you earned in the financial year to the ATO. If you invested in stocks, then the dividends which you earned is that information is also sent to the ATO. But if you are a stock trader, then that's a whole different ball game. You will have to have details of every single transaction that you've done to calculate your capital gain or loss. Please note, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you how I file my tax return. If you have any queries, please discuss with your financial advisor about your tax return. I always file my tax return after the third week of July so that all the information regarding my salary, the interest from my bank accounts, the dividends from my stock, and also my private health insurance details are all received by the ATO, and I don't have to fill most of the details. If you are employed, it's the easiest to file your tax return. I'll show you step-by-step process on filing your tax return. First, you log into your MyGov account and click on the Australian Taxation Office link here. Once you're into the ATO site, you click on the tax and then lodgement and then income tax. It should have a new record on the Not Lodged tab. Click on Prepare. Since I've already opened it, it's showing Resume for me, so I will go ahead and click Resume. When you click Prepare, it first takes you to the contact details. Make sure you add your address and phone number. Everything is up to date. Then click Next. On page 2, you will have to enter your financial institution details, which is nothing but a bank BSB and your account number. So in case there is a tax refund, it will be transferred into this account. On page 3 will be your personalized return details, where you answer questions about your employment and your spouse's employment. The sources of your income, you will have to click everything that is applicable to you. If you're employed, you will click the salaries and wages. If you have received any allowance from the government, employment termination payments, foreign employment income, any personal service income, and if you deposited money into your super for the first home super saver scheme, all those details you can check here. Then you select the other sources of income which you might have had, like interest from your bank accounts, dividends from the stock, rent from your properties. In my case, there's only interest and dividends, so I'm checking only those two. Then comes the deduction bit. This could be work related expenses, including work from home claims, any donations you made to the Australian government recognized charitable organizations. Then comes the final page. As I said before, if you're filling the return after the third week of July, the income details and the interest and dividends should be automatically populated. You can check those details and move on. Then you will have to enter your deductions. If you have been working from home due to COVID, there are 3 methods to claim the tax benefit for that. I personally use the shortcut method that gives 80 cents for every hour of work you've done from home. This is the easiest way. The second available method is the fixed rate method, which gives a 52-cent every hour of work you've done from home. The third method is the hardest of them all, which is keeping track of everything you've used, like electricity, heating, cooling during your work hours, and claiming the actuals for the same. When claiming this expense, you will have to clearly type in what method you've used. One important thing which most Australians miss out on is the expenses they have incurred to get certifications or do courses which help them get ahead at work. These can be claimed in tax return, but according to a survey, a lot of Australians don't claim this expense. Some office related expenses which are not covered in this method can be claimed further in the depreciation and capital allowance tool. Then you can key in the donations which you made to claim tax return on them. Note, the amount which you have keyed into the deductions, you won't be able to claim the entire amount as a tax return. This amount actually gets deducted from your taxable income, and depending on the tax slab that you're in, that's the amount will be refunded to you. For example, if you have a deduction of $1,000 and you are in the 32% tax slab, you might get a tax return of $320 depending on so many other factors. This amount can actually go up or down depending on these factors. Next comes the spouse income details. Please take the taxable income from your spouse's tax return so you have the exact figure here. If your single income is over 90,000 or you and your spouse's combined income is over 180,000, then it's always better to have a private health insurance. This way, you can enjoy the benefits of the health insurance by adding some extras like dental and stuff like that. And you can avoid the Medicare levy as well. I'll be doing a future video on how to get a cheaper health insurance. Have a look out for it. For keying in the health insurance details, that should also be automatically populated for you. You can decide to claim the benefit for you and your spouse, or you can claim just yours and your spouse can claim theirs in their tax return. I have found that claiming everything in one return is easier, and that's what I always do. Once all this is in, you can click on calculate and it should give you an approximate amount you will get in your return. Or sometimes you will have to pay an additional tax as well. If you have to pay an excess once you lodge the return, there will be an option to pay it. If there is a return, the tax return will be processed, and in most cases, the amount should reach your bank account in about 2 weeks. Now comes the interesting part of you having a job and also having a side hustle. It could be anything from driving an Uber or Didi, or delivering food with Uber Eats or Menulog, or you can have an e-commerce business and sell some stuff online. You will have to key in all the benefits in the sole trader section. If you're driving an Uber or delivering food, you can actually claim the expense for the car against the income. For your side hustle, if you bought a camera, a cell phone or laptop and you use it only for your work, then that can be claimed as an expense as well. All these expenses, the receipts should be held for a period of 5 years. When it comes to your side hustle, if you're making money from it, it's always better to save some money out of it, let's say 30% of it, so you can pay the tax in the tax return period. For example, if you made $1,500 out of your side hustle in this financial year, so it's better to have $500 saved in case during this tax return it turns up and it's not a surprise. Hope you all got some good information out of this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, or let me know if I missed anything. It would be really encouraging for me if you would like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Till then, take care and ciao.